Hey, so I've had more folks contact me about the point of sale consulting that I do, and I wanted to update kind of an older video here that just kind of goes and explains what a point of sale consultant does and how much it'll cost. Those are the two questions I get. So basically, a point of sale consultant uses industry experience to help your organization source the best point of sale system. Okay, that sounds good. How about explaining a little further my background and what that actually means? So, my background is pretty varied. I have 7 years restaurant management experience, 7 years retail management experience, 19 years experience with the sales and service of over 20 different point of sale systems. I have worked with organizations with between anywhere from 1 to 300 locations, and I use industry specific tools and insider information to help you along the process and avoid those potential gotchas when it comes to searching for a point of sale system. So, some of the things that are done, which I call a process, starts with a conversation, and then we move into a process that generally includes the following: interviews with staff and leadership, and that means everywhere from the cashier and the folks in the warehouse to the CFO and that CTO and those types of positions. Then we do some observation. Just observe how the processes are done presently with the point of sale system. We do some documentation on those processes and note any gaps that may be occurring. We can do things like a return on investment analysis and budgeting for a point of sale system. We create a wish list of features and functions and requirements of a new point of sale system. Then we move into a presentation with some recommendations, generally 2 or 3 of the most likely candidates. And then optionally, we can do things where I can help with any sort of an RFI, RFP, RFQ, help with analysis of demos and vendor selection, and even help with deployment. So there's your details. All right, costs. And how does this help? So probably the two biggest areas where this helps. One is in internal labor savings. You could task a project manager or a someone within the organization to research and find your next point of sale system or your first point of sale system. And say, maybe you have 3 locations or 5 locations. So they're probably going to take about 80 hours of time, 2 weeks, solid 2 weeks to do everything. And that employee, when all is said and done, is worth $50 an hour. So that's $4,000 right there in what just one employee would spend researching and going through everything to find a point of sale system. What you wouldn't be getting would be any sort of negotiated discounts with vendors, which on the low end would be around $5,000. And then you're also going into this maybe not knowing the best way to deploy a point of sale system and some of the best processes and practices. So streamlining those results also in additional labor savings, time savings, just general peace of mind, sanity savings. And then here are the actual costs. So initial conversation is free up to 1 hour. If I happen to be in your area, as I do travel across the U.S., I will happily meet with you in person for up to 1 hour at no cost. Then if we move forward, generally the rates are between $1,500 and $4,000 for the initial part of the project. And that just depends on travel expenses and how many days you want me on site. Some folks, it's only taken 2. Other organizations, we've needed actually 2 weeks because they have a very large scale and diverse operation. Contact information. There's my email, my cell number. Please reach out with any questions. Thanks.